Hey currency kings and queens, it's Currency and I'm back with an update on the UJ trade that we've been in and out of for the last couple of weeks. I wanted to come in and just check in with you to see if any of you have gotten in on this trade. It kind of has turned out into a type of swing trade that we are entering and exiting, but for those that are taking the lower time frames and scalping this setup, you should have pretty much got some pips in, a pretty good number of pips. But right now the charts are on the daily time frame. I want to drop some important areas because, as you know, we work off of the 4-hour time frame. So here I'm going to draw this level of resistance on the daily and a level of support that we could potentially be at on the daily, just because we are doing a lot of the 4-hour time frame analysis. So those are the three lower levels. On your daily, I can see that it has broke below the moving average, the 200 EMA. And the time frame that we typically trade on, which is the 4-hour, I want to check in with you and draw up this zone that I've noticed. So there is a zone here that it has tapped into on the 4-hour. And if you notice, and if you're a king on drawing your trend lines, this is a pretty darn clear trend line for a downtrend. And it's not breaking any of those levels just yet to show that it's in a different pattern than what it's currently been going in. So pay strong attention to that. So those of you that are currently in with this trend on the higher time frame, which is the daily, I did go ahead and draw up this level of support here at the bottom wick of the candle on the daily, which also shows here on the 4-hour. So if I were in this trade, which I haven't taken it because my work schedule has been kind of hectic lately, so I've not been in the charts like I typically would, I will probably do half of this and then go for a one and, y'all, this is easily a 1 and 5 if you hang out. So it's already tapped into the supply zone here. Since it's in a downtrend, we look for supply zones on the 4-hour. So it's already tapped into that zone and continued in the direction that we had determined was a downtrend. So those are two key signs. Right now we are on our 4-hour candle, which has about an hour and 21 minutes left on it. And it looks like the current candle is retracing at this time and looking for a move to continue down. So you can get a 1 and 5 on the 4-hour if you are trading this. Let's drop down to our scalpers and our 15-minute traders. So if you are looking for 15-minute trades or trades on the 15-minute time frame, let's mark this up, which is a move. It's a supply zone as well, but let's also make sure we mark up. I need a different color. So we have a support zone here. Has some support and resistance at this level. I'd like to draw it. I'd like to draw it all the way across. So you see that there's resistance here, but there's still a form of support here. Hopefully it's pushing it up into the supply zone here for it to continue down, but we are not going to ignore on the 15-minute time frame that there's different various levels of support that we could potentially hit. And in those points of interest areas, we want to make sure we're looking for cues that are showing that it's going to continue down. Here on the 15-minute chart, it did reach this resistance level, and the levels beyond that, here it's a lower high, a lower high, a lower high here, but we went up and filled this imbalance here, hopefully to tap into the supply zone on the 15-minute and continue down. It is trending above the EMA, but that is the 200 EMA that I typically use for my higher time frames. Let's look at the 50. So on the 50, it's just now, it was still trending below, but it just now broke above that to retrace back up and to hit the supply zone. So I'm still biased with a downtrend. You got your head and shoulders here. There's a head, shoulder here, shoulder there. And it's just giving off that the sales are going to continue on this particular trade. So if you're in, if you're not in, however you use your better judgment for your trades, this is a potential 1 in 5 risk to reward. So if you want to go check out UJ and see if your strategy can play a part in there to where you can get some pips out of this, don't hesitate. And make sure if you're not subscribed to my channel, you subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and hit a like for your girl. Until next time, thank y'all for tuning in. Goodbye.